Morning, everyone. Morning, sunshines. Go out and shine like you never did before. As the title says, who's feeling something? Now, I saw and heard something, and people are saying they all feel weird. They're tired. Sleep patterns are different. Time is just going by faster and, everything. Who's feeling it? Well, you're supposed to. When speaking, to others, especially when, people are saying when you want to date somebody or be in a committed relationship, work seems off. Everything seems off. As one in the video, what they said is true. It's called the shifting. As I mentioned in one or a few of my videos, Spirit is waking people up to realize what's going on. Waking people up to start speaking up. It's okay. Now I said that. Everything is shifting, like the one said, I said, others are saying. Now, recently, I said how proud Spirit is that people are changing to make their lives better. Authorities are taking groups down and raiding. They are all getting their groups together and going to different places and raiding them to bring them all down at once. Ones are speaking up and the truth to help Spirit, who are showing where all these ones are, who are doing bad intentions. Reasons everyone is feeling weird, that you need to be alone for a bit and take the time to know what it is and why everything feels weird. Well, also, Spirit is letting you know how much, and I mean, how much BS has been thrown around under everyone's noses. And, been forced, in some cases, to not notice things, as I mentioned before. I also mentioned it's time. The entitled ones who think they can hide behind lies, big people that have no idea who they are and that they worked at their company and etc., whatever, are all brought down. And it's with everything that is being done with bad intentions. Now, for relationships, if you don't feel safe as you can speak about anything, If you keep wondering if they will change up, once they feel comfortable in the relationship, in, you know, as in they think they can get, they can do anything they want and much more once they get, you know, make you feel, you know how it is. Well, that's called everything. What's going on? It's called everyone is waking up. They had enough of BS relationships. They want, you know, they want their true one or a forever one, and etc. Everyone is starting to notice. Remember, you always look into whatever before assuming and judging anyone or anything, especially if you're just noticing weirdness, feeling off, and etc. Obviously, people use discernment, their intuition, without even knowing it. But if you are start to notice that you can use that, I'm not trying to be funny or, putting anybody down, but if you are using your intuition, discernment, and paying attention, ask spirit to show you how a person really is. Now, others, you know, you might meet someone that's been going through the same, and for your person or whatever, you will know the difference right away anyway. But still, listen to what your body is saying and how you're feeling, especially if both are around others. Meaning, you can judge your person or anyone if you're feeling weird from someone else that is around you. And you're thinking that it's from the both of you or one of you. So you need to, take that in consideration too. I mean, you'll know right away, especially how they, are. If they have bad intentions, but they're putting up a front, you'll know that right away. You see, spirit, as I said, they are forcing the right ways because those ones kept overdoing to ones who were speaking truth, trying to just do what they want, are supposed to do, doing good. Now, to let you know, through my experiences, no, it won't be easy, but keep on keeping your faith, and spirit will guide you. See, noticing things, you will get the hang of it. Okay? And will bring you to where and what you're supposed to do and be. You see, the shift, it's called all the good ones, innocent ones. It's called we're all getting karma. Okay? not like how you think. The ones who have bad intentions, they're also getting karma. How karma is supposed to be for those people. See, with all the good ones, innocent ones, and whatever, we're getting where, well, I'll explain. You see, spirit is tired of our world not being right. Everything keeps on repeating when it shouldn't be. It's being ran by force, bad intentions, greedy, jealousy, and destroying and doing just because. And it's a lot more going on, which you'll all notice. You see, our karma is telling and bringing all of our true selves out. And those ones, the bad intentions, they're bringing out their true selves. Also, you know, the mask that I said in my other videos that they thought fit them to hide them, they didn't fit. They're falling off. You see, that's why they tried to keep hidden and tried to put up a front, because they were too busy trying to hold it on because it kept slipping. But anyway, just like everything, anything, everyone will be different how they handle their true self. You know, with the karma, I'll say. You see, the good will be experiencing, you know, disappointments as usual. But you will realize why. Because everyone is starting to wake up. And will know how to handle whatever. The others, you know, the bad intention ones, we all know what that karma is. You know, what they pushed on to others, they're all getting. And, you know, if they don't realize it now, they are making their families go through something. And their families, just like I said, caught on. And they are pissed because their families were doing good until they found out what, you know, whoever was doing. Well, we'll see how that ends up. Well, the person who is making their family for no reason go through it all over, you know, we'll find out. You see, all will be, you know, feeling like uncomfortable. But we all will see you know, coming together. We will and is making a difference for the better. We'll make it. We will see who has been trying to keep all of us stuck in illusions, which is being lifted, and much more. We will, and are doing all this now without realizing it fully. We've been doing it, but now we are believing in ourselves, not taking BS, scare tactics, being in fear, harming anyone anymore, especially for no reason. We all deserve to be here and living out our lives like we're supposed to, in peace, protecting each other and stopping ones who think they are entitled to do whatever to anyone or anything. We are here to help others, not con them, cheat, harm, and whatever else to others. We put those ones who lie, steal off of hard workers, working people, or, just to do to others. We are here to learn the right way, as from spirit, the difference between light and dark, naturally and not forced. We will say no more to fake products that are put out that ones don't do right, as put stuff together that shouldn't be and causes harm and much more. We will have access to true resources to learn how to take care of ourselves and much more. We all need all fields, whatever field people are in, all careers. We work at them. We go to them, lawyers, doctors, whatever. You get what I mean. That, with truth, that will keep us healthy, and etc. Like I said, everyone deserves to have access to everyone, whatever field to go to. Everybody needs insurance. But why, if you want people to get your insurance, why con them? There's a little bit of people, well, we'll only pay a little bit, and they have to pay all this out, but really they don't get anything but pay a lot of money. And this group, well, they get everything, or whatever, how it goes. You know how things run, or whatever. You see, we all need each other one way or another. And still, everyone will still be making an income, able to live right, provide for our families, paying our bills without worrying, and cost with everything will be where it should be. And everyone will, make out. This is a bunch of bull that everything is skyrocketing, everything. But, once you miss a payment or whatever, or you can't get paid because you can't go to work because why? Well, I don't know. All of a sudden you're getting sick or doing this, and then you have more bills to pay, and then you have more whatever. You get it, right? Well, as I said, well, I did say it, but all the messages I've said in my other videos. Spirit, God, Jesus, our ancestors, and etc. are forcing now the right way. They can't watch people trying to bring back what they went through and putting and doing out there to tell one's, Spirit and God wants to end, the world. When, again, that's not happening. And twisting what's in the Bible. See, that was done, putting that in the Bible, to see how far ones would take that. Well, they tried. Now it's being stopped. I spoke about all that in my other videos and explained some what I got. But now, with some, that does not know anything about spiritual, spiritual is like, where you're waking up to know yourself. Okay? Not this, fanatic stuff that you hear, people because they don't like it or whatever. It's speaking truth, knowing God, your faith, and etc. I'm not going to explain all that. But if you are new to it, you don't know anything about it, and you're, like I said, you're using your intuition, as knowing you are, that you didn't know, but now you're starting to know and stuff like that. Well, you're being you're being awaking, and seeing, and much more. And yes, it's going to feel really uncomfortable. And all the illusions will be lifted. Just like I said. And for example, know what you believed about ones. You'll know all that. That the ones who turned and you didn't realize it, people can do that, trick people, say things to make people believe it. Okay? You'll know ones who were lying. Okay? For you not to find out that they were lying about people you were mad at and whatever else. See, ones who know something about it, yeah, it will still be uncomfortable, but you'll understand it a little more, what's happening. So that's when we get together and help ones to get through things, tried to help them, suggest things, give them advice, and, tell them always believe in yourself, believe in spirit, your angels, whoever, God, Jesus, whoever, their loved ones. And always stay with their faith and believe in themselves. But remember, everyone will go through something different, different things. But somehow, we all can help each other around us. Because we're around each other, whoever's around you. So we can see the difference. That's what I mean. Like if you notice something feels off with them and you are feeling off, but you're starting to, you get what I mean. Help that person. Maybe they really don't know. You see, also, all the good ones, before you are starting to feel weird and being awake, well, all the good ones before, what spirit is doing will still be good with the shift, as of who are doing bad behind the scenes, they thought being hidden. Oh, you'll see their masks. They are falling. And, they'll still, you'll just see it even more. It's not going to change who you really are. Even though everybody was in illusion and whatever, blah, 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 you are still good. You are doing, whatever. But you were controlled or forced to do. If you were good, you will always be good, even with the shift. As long as you keep your faith, because you do know that the bad ones, the evil, entities and stuff like that, they will try to sneak in there. So I'm just letting you know. It's up to you to stay good or turn. And you'll know. So everyone needs to start speaking about shifting, okay? This way people will know that everyone isn't alone with this. If you are good, you're not harming people, you're not doing whatever, and that you say you are one of the ones who turned and trying to do better with your lives, change it and, do whatever, you need to stay on that. Because if you want and you started and been doing good with changing for the better, you better start praying up and staying that way if you do not want to go back. Because you'll be the first ones also. So you need to start, keeping your faith and believe in yourself that you can get through this. Because the shift is hitting everyone. Bringing out all the good ones, saying, oh no, we're not doing this. We have our world to make it better and live the right way. And all the bad ones, the bad intention ones, whatever, blah, 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 etc., whatever. Like I said, that's why I said, hello, sunshines. Keep on spreading that shine because it brings down all the bad ones. Well, our enemies. So you keep on and asking your loved ones, God, your spiritual team, whatever, to keep you on, keep on guiding you. Especially the ones who did change and trying to make it better for yourselves. Because other than this shift, you're going, I mean, whatever you did, I don't know, with that karma, you can get through it because you made the decision of changing to make it better. So if you could do that, you can get through it. We all can. Some, like the chosen ones and, earth angels and whatever. We have a little bit different, I'm assuming, because you have no idea. I mean, like I said, I'm going through something else. Along with the shift and all these ones that think that they can still continue to send. I mean, they're doing it right now. I mean, I'm ignoring it. But they have no idea how I can be. I mean, I give hints almost every day. I put things up. I just put another thing up, on playlist, I think. I think I put two up. I can't remember. And I will be putting up another one, but not sure. But anyway, all the ones that think that they're hidden, we will all see their masks. They are falling. And then, like I said, if you knew before, saw who these people are, but you're not part of it, and you didn't want to speak up, you will be able to, and not in fear. Right away to do that. You need to speak up, go to the authorities. So, like I said, if you are good, do good. You did good, before. You will always be, even through the shift. The others, Spirit is showing, and us to say, we need to speak up to where and what these people are doing. Like I said, we don't go to them. We go to the authorities, the right sections, and have them bring them down. Now, everyone is also, like I said, noticing time is going faster, but it's still, same time. Now, I've been saying all this about time and stuff like that. It's going faster. Everything is slipping by, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And these ones, they've been wasting my time. All the time that I didn't realize what they've done to make me under all the illusion. But anyway, I did say that, about wasting time. You see, my experiences are, like I said, were doing a lot for me to waste my time. That time just flew by because I had to invest in fixing things, doing all BS that should have been theirs, not mine. Mine, well, they thought wasn't being done, but it wasn't all the way because of their BS. Now, if you noticed, time is faster, right? You're tired. And what you got done before, it's not. Spirit is waking all of us up to say, Stop wasting time for other people's work that they should be doing. Um, Now some will see, okay? You will think it's later than it is, but you accomplished, a little more than what you normally do. And then you start whatever, how you do, like worrying. Oh my God, it's late. I have to do this and this before the end of the day, and etc. Right? Well, before this is before you actually looked at the time. But when you looked at the time, it's like you noticed that you did accomplish more. And it's still, to say, it's still like morning, almost lunchtime or whatever. And you're thinking that it's almost the end of the day, right? Well, that means that you're aligned. You're becoming aligned, you know, grounded. You're waking up and noticing you're not wasting time. But you noticed thinking it was late. So please notice how much you accomplished more than usual. Okay. And you need to walk away for a little bit to calm that down, that worrying, and notice that you're grounding and you are grounded that day and using and knowing your true self, that you do things in a manner of, how you would do it. You know how to use time without wasting it. You get things done. This way you can be with your family. You see, when you constantly look at time and worry yourself to get done, then that's when you will start wasting your time and not paying attention by doing your work and others without even knowing it. You see, one's always, comes in, you know, at, everybody right off the bat, all out of whack, in a hurried up mood and whatever, giving out that this needs to be done before whatever time, and keeps on asking, is it done? Is it almost done yet? And etc. Did anybody ever have that type of person? You're going to be noticing it. Okay? You see, that brings chaos to everyone. And sometimes they wait it. And I mean, see, I caught on with that. You see, they always waited till the last second to give out whatever needs to be done to whoever that is supposed to be doing it. So everyone needs to stop wasting time and waiting the last second for things to give to the right ones who are supposed to be doing it. Those ones need to align themselves and do right and deliver work to whoever on time instead of waiting. Oh, I'll give it to them in a few minutes. But then knowing that you'll get sidetracked or, well, they can wait. They're good at what they do. They'll get it done or whatever. But then if they don't, you'll blame them. This way you wouldn't get yelled at, right? And all the work that they've been doing to help out and whatever, because they are good at what they do. You know, what? You'll start making complaints and, oh, well, they didn't do that. Oh, try to sabotage and make false reports and etc. But not saying, oh, I got distracted, I didn't give it to them on time. Blah, blah, blah. You know the routine. And people are going to start noticing. Okay? You see, this is also ones say, I'll just get those ones to do it. Like I said, and call them all the time because they really know they're good at it. So for those ones, you see, people know that you're good at whatever. So sometimes they'll wait to the last second or to save their job, whatever, give it to you or whatever. Now, thing is, as I said in my other video, they should be getting paid more because they do the work. Okay? And better. Instead of someone doing the work but not being credit for it. Right? People are going to start noticing. And bosses are going to start realizing all that as long as they're not part of, the BS in the game. Okay? and people at work, because you date the boss or you date one of the whatever, not, I'll just take I don't know, in restaurants or whatever, you're dating the manager or you're dating whatever. Well, I'm sorry, that's not an excuse to have entitlement, okay? Either. That's in anything. I don't care who you are. If I don't notice right away, then just know, once I find out, you're going to wish that you never did it to me. See, as the saying goes and everybody says, people can be petty or a BI. You see, I learned. I didn't really know that I knew how to do it, but, you know, I think it's BS, but you'll never know what I can do. And anyone does dirty, anyone does things just because, anyone who delays, I don't know, starts anything, speaks bad to, my person or whatever, to break us up. I mean, put it this way, my person won't believe it anyway. Um, you won't know who my person is because I don't, you know. Well, I'm not going to say, but, you know, as I said in every single video, you mess with me and you will find out. You tried to ruin me and whatever else, oh, you'll find out. Because all I have to do is blink and you will be ruined. Anyway, so those ones, should be paid more. Or partner, or whatever, whatever field it is, they should be higher than what, the clowns that you hired that don't want to work and think that they are entitled to get paid a lot more. And people complain that they don't have jobs. People won't hire them. People, people can't get jobs. I mean, there's different reasons why, because people don't want to hire people and, and then they complain that, products don't go out or nothing gets out or whatever. But people complain about their jobs and whatever. Be thankful that you have a job. Do it until you find another one, whatever. I mean, you plan it, okay? Accordingly. There will be more jobs, and there won't be no more petty complaints. It's ridiculous. And it's not only the ones that are harming and doing bad intentions, it's people that, well, now everybody will be awake. But I'm just saying, what you put out there, it's lingering and it needs to go somewhere. Anyway, time is Spirit's way of saying we need and will be the ones who will be recognized. In what we do, and be recognized that, we're not able to be with our families and whatever else. So we will be recognized as doing good work, and that people sacrificed not being with their families, but will be. And getting better pay. As I said, everything is going to be the right way. And as I said, the rules changed, the laws, spiritual. People that got away with crap before isn't. Especially the ones that think that they can go in, pretend that they are a person. This way they can, steal. Well, that's not happening. I mean, it wasn't. When I first said about that rule and law and everything, every corner, they know. And it was just adding up a little bit. Now you're going to find out. You go in, like me. I know people went in pretending to be me, like they didn't know. And if you are with anyone, I said this in my last video, if you are with anyone doing it as a group or individual, thinking, oh, well, let's do this, through whatever that video is, us doing it separately, but all together. Well, it's still a group, but anyway, I told you what will happen. But anyway, no more BS. No one being entitled. And now that everything's being lifted, authorities are going to know the difference. Deeper. Who actually needs help? Who is trying to fool people? Oh, I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, and everything. Sure. And, people need to stop. If you don't believe in spiritual things, or, us, like me, speaking to spirits and everything, whatever, and actually hearing them, stay out of people's business and lying that we're all nuts and whatever. You can talk to spirit. I mean, when you pray, okay? Duh. You're speaking to spirit because you're praying. And occasionally you'll say, to a loved one, oh, I miss you so much. I wish you were here. They hear you. But you can't hear them, but they will answer you in another way. A song that you guys liked, or you'll hear it, or whatever. say their perfume or their cologne or whatever, you will smell it to say, hey, I heard you. I miss you too. It's like, duh. Stop telling people, oh, they're wacky. Oh, they listen. That's what they do all day. Oh, yeah. They don't deserve to, do what they want. They don't deserve to be with anybody. They don't deserve. Really? That's how you guys sound. So, how did that sound? Like you are nuts. You deserve to be in prison. How about that? For making false reports, making false claims, trying to put me in jail or whatever. I know better. I know what it's like in jail or prison. I know a lot of people that were, and I learned from it. Duh. I learned what drugs can do. I learned all that medicines that I was on, that it really didn't help. So technically, I was taking them for no reason, because nothing was wrong with me. But did I know that? But it was coming up like it was. Go figure. This is what I'm talking about. You're going to start noticing. And with that, that field, you see, spirit is way beyond, because there's not going to be any more threatening people's jobs anymore, because they want to do right. What's the big deal getting to the core instead of, making it go on and on and on? How about if it was, your family? When you know that you can change it, you can cure it, or whatever, get to the core of it. But no, they go to somewhere where they continue to be on all these medicines that people can't afford anyway, but anyway, that are only making it stay. How does this sound? Things are going to be done right. Put it this way. You see, back then, they're just telling me. They didn't do things like that. Very few. But, they made sure they took care of it right away until they went in hiding and, stuff like that. But still, now it's people are bold. But anyway, I said what I was told. And to let people know, are you guys feeling something? That's another thing. I keep hearing we are the champions. I keep hearing in the air tonight, you know, I can't really remember that name of the song. I keep forgetting every time I go to say it. Phil Collins song. I keep hearing that. Yes, something is in the air. So everyone needs to, let people know about it doesn't matter if you are, good or bad. Everybody is going to feel the shift. And like I said, it depends. It's different for each person. You're good, you'll stay good. You need to keep that up, especially the ones who just are starting to turn their lives around for the better. If you want to continue to do that, do not fall for it to go back. I have faith in you. You could do this. We all can. It's going to be rough, feeling different, but you need to pay attention. Quicker you pay attention, more you'll learn the feeling as you're waking up. Because like I said, spirit, it had enough. So we all stick together. We protect each other. And oh yeah, I put up on the community that also needs to stop. And I shout out to every person who goes out there and just protects each other. Now this, what I put up, it's with a 15-year-old girl and a 13-year-old boy. Look at it. And what I wrote also. Please look at that video. All this needs to stop. Like really. And because everybody's waking up. Also, even the bad ones, the bad intention ones, like this boy and his friend who's filming. And everybody just sat there and didn't do a blessed thing. Okay? Well, anyway, they're going to know what the word no means. Okay? Watch the video, but it was that the 13-year boy wanted the 15-year-old's number. She said no. What did he do? He slammed her to the ground and then stumped on her head, gave her a concussion. and the one filming and him and whoever they were with were bragging. It's on video. I don't know where the video is, how to find it. It just came up that someone else was speaking about it. I think it was a police officer. I forget. Anyway, that they were bragging because they got over millions of views. And the person who put it up, was speaking about it, saw it, and they read the comments. You find it, you'll see the comments. There were way more comments speaking that they were on the boys' side. Praising. That is disgusting, disgraceful, and all this needs to stop. Now, I'm not saying we're not where we're supposed to, not yet, but we're getting there. But, I know I've been trying to wake people up, but, yes, even ones like me, we go up and down sometimes. But this time, because I've been through it for a long time, whatever, it's not going to happen anymore. And this is why we have a lot that we need to get done. That's why we need to separate and, come together as groups and separate them into groups and bring down anybody, whatever type of authority there is, military, whatever. You get what I mean. We have to separate, but come together. Whoever knows things, you go to the authorities. They decide what type, group, whatever. They all go and raid them and bring all these MFs down. We can't have this, okay? The bullies, they want to act adult and big and tough, especially if they're 18 or whatever, or, it doesn't matter. Even the young ones, well, they're going to know. And so will their parents if they, they taught them to be like that. No one should bully anyone. No one should harm anyone. No one should, whatever, go places and places or whatever, and because you're trying to hide, but you still do the same thing that you did wherever you were, and you didn't want to be caught, so you go to another wherever to go do it there. It's like, duh. It's like, you did it, but you got caught in another place. You're going to have to do time there and then go back where you were running from and go do time there for the crimes that you did there. Hello? I mean, it's like, why would you do that? I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter where you go. And once you get caught, oh, believe me, you will get caught. And wherever you did it and you got caught at, you're going to have to spend time there. And then wherever the next one before that, you'll have to spend time there. Or go back to your original place where you were running from and combined everything and, stay in one place where you belong, where you should be, instead of trying to come here or wherever. You know, doesn't matter where you go. If one person, did something, didn't like it, I mean, they should have kept their mouths shut, and instead of, ruining it for others, you know, everybody isn't like one ignorant person. So stop taking it out on everybody who is innocent. I mean, and whatever happened to you, don't take it out on other people. Try to figure out, you know, how to make it better. I mean, how's this helping others also? Especially if they're going through something that you figured out, very little figured out, uh, you know, and then you come up against them because you're still holding something, a grudge or whatever, you know, but because you don't know them, you want to start some crap. So where does that leave you? I mean, them or whatever. How's that helping and making it better? So because of all this, now everybody is being forced, because those people really made Spirit angry big time, and our ancestors are really angry big time. So now they're making people realize, even the ones who had the bad intentions, they don't know what's coming, especially when they messed with me. And that's a total different story. I mean, they not only messed with me, they know exactly what they did. Oh, speaking of that, gee, I know exactly what this mark is that all of a sudden just appear, before I started this video. I know exactly. It will go away because it's not going to work. And what? Did you see my video that I put up right before this? Huh? Was I right then? Is that why you're doing death? Black magic? Now you're going to find out. I know exactly when I'm in spiritual warfare and whatever, I know every bruise I get that goes away because I was in battle. But when I'm sleeping or trying to do something, I'll feel something, especially when you're sending. I know when you are doing death magic and whatever else, blah, 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 whatever. I really don't give a blank. I told you to stay out of my effing business. I told you to stay away from us. I told you to leave us alone. That we are the wrong ones. That we are highly protected. And you do not know who I know. Down here or in spirit. And that's not just to brag or whatever to be entitled. No, I don't do that. Okay? I don't say, oh, okay, I work for this company and I'll tell them, and have you blacklisted or ruined. I don't do crap that way. I don't have to. The only thing that I have to is to say, get ready to find out. And that's all I'm going to say. So what I said, I guess, like I said, who did it? I knew what I was speaking about. That's okay. Anyway, I have to go. I have a lot to do. As always. Everyone, keep spreading that shine. We have this. We got this. We are winners. We are champions. And remember, the shift, the karma that's hitting everybody, like I said, the good and the bad, but the good, it's waking us up, okay? So you can get through it, okay? And do not listen, because in between, as we're feeling it, as you guys, you're feeling it, there's going to be a little to sway you to stay where you are, or to go do something bad that they're telling you, no, something is bad, don't go, we need to do revenge, or whatever, they're doing it. No, you know yourself, you're learning it, who you are, you're waking up, who your true self is. Do not fall for it. Like I said, you did good, you didn't harm, whatever. This shift, you'll stay that way. And for the ones especially you guys who were bad or did bad intentions, whatever, how you want to say it, I really don't care. But you turned to start doing good for yourselves and if you have families or whatever. Stay that. Stay there. Because they're going to, you know, convince you, turn back. We need you. It's better here. Blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. No, keep your faith. Believe in yourself. You changed. You wanted to. Stay there. And continue. You know the difference between right and wrong. It's only going to help you also to wake up, to know who you are, your true self. And do not, kick yourself in the butt or whatever when you find out that you were really a good person, but you got confused, mixed up in the illusion and whatever, blah, 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 and convinced to do bad intentions. So you changed in time before you ruined your life for good. Remember that. So, other than me being proud of all of you, so is Spirit. Continue to do good. It takes you further. And have everything done naturally, not forced. So anyway, I hope this helps. Everyone have a great day, wonderful day. And keep your head up high. Adjust the crown and go out there. Lift people up. It will help you to be lifted too. Ciao.